Here we go. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo! What's up? What's up, good people? Now, Anthony Edwards wanted to come after everybody that has something to say about how he was playing, his game, the whole shebang-a-bang. Right? I just got back in the crib, so I said, why wait till tomorrow? Let's address this problem right now. Let's address this problem while we're faced with it. While it's fresh and raw to me, because everybody was like, yo, Anthony Edwards came for y'all. I'm like, he did. What did he say? So I said, well, let me see this commercial, because I ain't see it nowhere. So I said, Anthony Edwards is calling me out. All right, we're going to see what it is. We're going to see what it reads. So as I've been checking the scenes, and I see that there's this crazy commercial. Like, it's online, but it's not really on YouTube yet. He shot another Adidas commercial in the format of how he's been shooting his other commercials. And on these commercials, he's basically keeping receipts. Now, check this out, y'all. This is going to be pretty crazy. Now, he's keeping receipts, right?
Camron said, to me, he's an all-star, but not a superstar yet. Buddy, it is what it ain't. What else?
Does he really love the game? Look at this. They talking about what he said about Cam. See, Camron's bigger than me, so he's going to get the majority of the attention. But the fact that this actually took place was quite remarkable. Now, let me see. They say watch it again on Instagram. No, I want to watch the real thing. I want the whole video so everybody could see it. I want what he said about me. Well, ain't nobody care about what he said about me. I guess I don't matter. All right. I see what time it is. See how they do me? I'm like, where mine at? Yeah, I want to see the whole thing. But see, this is what Tom Brady was talking about. All right, here we go. No, I don't need any alerts from them. All right, I think we got it under control now. We found the whole thing here once we get past these crazy ads. I don't need you in a way.
Hey, what's up with the machine though?
That's for my receipts.
Receipts?
Yeah, I hear all the hate.
Yo, Ed, Carmelo said, are you committed to really going out there and being the face of the league? Because they throwing that term around too loosely.
Okay.
Camron said, to me, he's an all-star, but not a superstar yet.
Buddy,
It is what it ain't.
what else they say, Slick?
The most overrated athlete. Oh, this is a good.
Oh, that's me right there. The most overrated athlete. I don't think I said he was the most overrated, but he's definitely overrated. Now, let's see what's going on here.
Good one. Does he really love the game? He doesn't look like he's even in a good enough
He
shape.
just wrong.
I'm noticing he complains a bit. What happened to the next American prodigy? Wow, I ain't trying to rub it in, but they saying this the furthest y'all gonna get.
That's me. That's me right there. Oh, that's me. That's the furthest y'all are ever gonna get. That's me right there. Good old Campman. Why he didn't say Campman?
It's only the beginning.
Yeah, it's only the beginning. And what did he do this whole damn video? Shoot shots, face in the basket. The whole video. Now, Cam, he already responded, but he's like, wait till Monday. He got something for him. And he was like, commercial? Thanks, Adidas, for the love. And I had Ant-Man back the whole time, but I'll address this Monday on the show. Love the attitude, though. Only thing I would say is get a better looking lesbian to read the receipts. So, yeah, Cam gonna take shots at dude reading the receipts. Now it's my turn. Let me stretch out a little bit. Catman. Y'all were eliminated when? Last night, right? They were eliminated last night. When did you record this video? You just got eliminated last night. Thursday night. So you tell me you recorded a video for a commercial on Friday and it's already aired? Because the word I'm getting is that you was recording that when y'all was down 3-0. I'm hearing you recorded that when y'all were down 3-0. So before you won the fourth game, you still was sitting there filming a commercial when you should be working on your goddamn game. All the time you sitting there making a commercial with this dude sitting there throwing some shots up, you should be working on your game. You should be working on what you don't got. You need to be working on a post game. You need to do a step through. You need to throw a fake. You need to work on your left off the glass. You need to work on your game. Ain't no fries in that bag. You got a burger with the lettuce, the cheese, and all that with no fries. It's missing out of the bag. I don't even think you got a napkin in the goddamn bag. You got to go back to McDonald's and get your bag. Kobe made his commercial while he was training all summer. All summer. And his Adidas commercial had all of the posters up with everybody talking about him. And all the stuff they wrote about Kobe Bryant. He used that as fuel. And he let it be known in a preseason game in UCLA when he came almost from the free throw line and dunked over dude. Like, nah. This ain't that party no more. It's the arrogance. This is what Tom Brady was talking about. This entitlement. Bullying him, the man just mentioned me in a commercial. This man just jumped in a commercial and basically mentioned me in the commercial. You need to go back and get your fries out the bag. They forgot your fries when you went and got your bag. Call your college coach up again and say, Coach, I ain't got no fries in the bag. Why ain't get no fries? You always working on what you comfortable with. You need to work on what you're uncomfortable with. And you talk too much. Just like Brady said, y'all worried about my brand, my this, me. What about the team? All this me, my. That's your problem. Brady at 22 was working to be the best in the world because he knew he was better than the people that was out there on the field because he was out working. He went out there talking about my brand. This is all about me. He won a bowl game for Michigan. He had to beat out Drew Henson, who was supposed to be the man.
I hear all the hate.
Yo, Ed.
You talking about you hear all the hate? This ain't hate. This is called truth. Homie, truth. And no, that dude looked like DJ Academics. I don't know what y'all talking about. That guy look like DJ Academics. I don't know. He don't look nothing like me. I don't even think we the same complexion. That dude look more like DJ Academics. I'm sorry. Nice try, though. He don't look nothing like me. Look at him, man. Everything on him is huge. Fat. He look like he might be Academic brother while we sitting here talking. Females keeps receipts. Yeah. So he was like, get a better lesbian next time to read the receipts. So anyway, while this is going on, the man want to sit there and get mad at me.
Carmelo said, are you committed to really going out there and being the face of the league? Because they throwing that term around too loosely.
Okay.
Camron said, to me, he's an all-star, but not a superstar yet.
Is that his brother? Is that Anthony Edwards' brother? The one that's the musician? The one that be making beats, rather?
Buddy, it is what it ain't.
What else they say, Slip?
The most overrated athlete. Oh, this is a good one. Does he really love the game? He doesn't look like he's even in a good enough
He's
shape.
just wrong.
I'm noticing he complains a bit. What happened to the next American prodigy? I ain't trying to rub it in, but they saying this the furthest y'all gonna get.
This only the beginning.
It's only the beginning. The beginning of the end, buddy. Beginning of the end. Because, see, guess who's coming back? Ja be back next year. See, y'all done forgot about Ja. See, Ja gonna show y'all the Memphis Grizzlies gonna be back on point once he get back. Then we gonna see where you at, Ant-Man. Or should I say, Ant-Man. Now, he brought all the smoke on himself. He was running off at the mouth. He was doing all this yap, 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 yap. So don't get mad at me. When he was running off at the mouth all this time, y'all should have saved him. Y'all should have told this man, hey, shut up. Play ball. Let your game do your talking. You doing all of this. Mic me up. He on the court. Come on, guys. Yeah, man. Oh, we getting there. Come on. Woo. You doing all the partying and bullshit instead of focusing on your game and getting better. That's your problem. And that's what a lot of these young players' problem is. Now they're getting NIL deals and all this craziness. I keep telling you, this game is crazy now. Everybody wants to be a star, don't want to be who they are. That's the problem we've seen. So Anthony Edwards. What you take as hate is really constructive criticism. Because if we hated you, we wouldn't have told you what's wrong with your game. We'll just say you suck and just keep saying you suck. So if we didn't care about you, we wouldn't be telling this to you. This is called tough love. You got to hear it rough so you can get out there and try to prove me wrong. But we want you to prove us wrong. We want you to be the best player in the game. That's what we wanted for LeBron. I'm like, LeBron, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that you're better than a piece of crap, garbage player that you are. And he couldn't do it. Because he's nothing but trash. So when you're a trash player and you know it, you can nothing you can do. LeBron, like, I'm getting this money though. That's right. I'm a 90s dude. Gotta go back old school on y'all. Get the little Versace. The little coogie. Got a little cooge. Right, I had to step out for a little bit. Got to show the chicks who I am a little bit, show my face so they don't forget me. You're like, I'm still in the game. I can't dress like y'all young dudes. I'm like, dude, I dress like me. I dress my age. I ain't trying to confuse nobody. I ain't out there with holes in my pants, freezing. Like, I look ridiculous sitting on that with some neon goddamn gym shoes on and a hat. Trying to hang on to whatever little hip hop I got left. Yo, B, this is cringe. Mad sus, son. I be like, I look retarded out there like that. I'm like, look, I had my run, so I'm going to stay in my zone. That's not my era. Some people can pull it off. I'm like, look, I never felt comfortable with those type of pants on. I never really was the sag the pants guy either. Because I'm like, look, I can't run with my pants sagging. What the hell? I need to be able to move when I need to move. No. What he needs to do is work on his post game. Why are you filming commercials? That's your problem. You worried about the wrong things. Now the Olympics is coming up and all this. You worried about all this nonsense. You need to be worried about goddamn the Olympics and getting better. Steve Kerr said he wouldn't have even drafted you because you wasn't working hard enough. And this is when you was playing in Worlds. And you had a good run out in Worlds. You was hitting jumpers and everything, pull-up jump shots. So you was looking real good in the EuroLeague. Because that's more your style. They don't know how to fill the gaps in the lanes to leave you out there so you could blow by, get transition dunks. Because a lot of those guys shoot threes. And that's right up your alley. But it is a different world when those shots ain't dropping and you got to go back on skills. I've never seen Anthony Edwards get in a post move situation. Never. Now that's pretty hard for somebody not to do. This man sat here, made this commercial talking about Camron, Carmelo, me, and a host of other people talking about he hear all the hate. I tagged you in it. I want you to hear it, Camp Man. I want you to hear it. That's why I tagged you in it. Because you don't have a post game. It's clear as day. Just think, if you had low post moves, where would you be? And a lot of people going to be, what you mean, Zeno? He don't have a jump hook. That's the number one post move every player should have in their bag of tricks. It's efficient. It's simple. Luka has one. This dude don't have one. You can catch the ball on the left block, on a low wide stance. You have your back to the basket, give a ball, a shoulder fake, a right, take 1 or 2 dribbles towards the middle, throw it up. Right, you can do a 2-foot jump stop with your chest facing the sideline, inside shoulders. This is what Luka got that you don't got. My goodness, you could bring the ball up vertical. So when y'all say I'm hating on Anthony Edwards, I'm actually helping Anthony Edwards. I'm telling you what's wrong with him. How you mad? How y'all mad at the person that's telling you what's wrong with somebody? Y'all already crowning him. If you want to crown their asses, then crown them. But I'm telling you, he ain't what y'all thought he was. Y'all was putting him on Mount Rushmore, all this crap. And I'm sitting there telling y'all like, man, y'all crazy. Y'all done lost y'all minds. This dude is nowhere near that. Anthony Edwards is a good basketball player. Like I said, he's an all-star reserve. That's the thing about him. All-star reserve. That's what I try to tell everybody. Like, look, this is an all-star reserve right here. And that's it. That's all he is. Now, if he do something better, then you can go from there. But until then, this is it. This is all he's ever going to be. This is the mistake LeBron made. See, LeBron felt, and the problem that he had was that LeBron sat there and didn't practice to get better at his craft the way he should have. And instead, he just continuously been LeBron. Go out, shoot some shots, didn't really work on his game at all. Still playing the same garbage way he's been playing 7, 8, 9, 10 years going by. He's still doing the same old nonsense. Still trying to run people over and use his athleticism. Now, he's God gifted with his talent. Now, you can't give LeBron that, like his natural attributes to be able to jump and to be his size and run as fast as he can. You know, that speaks for itself. That's God. You know, God gave you that gift. You know, and he did his thing, but more than that, he did one thing wrong. He sat there and squandered a gift. And that's one thing you don't want to do, is squander a gift. Well, when you got people that like to make things difficult for others, you'll see what the problem is and where it lies. I see it a lot. Brown can bench press a Volvo. Well, shoot, that's saying a lot. I mean, what he need to do is start bringing the ball up vertically. You know, use his shoulder, 2 hands for control of the ball. You know, once he got the ball above his head, non-shooting hand come off the ball, right? And then he can just go over the top. Quick snap of the wrist, and you'll see the basketball sail over the defender and drop in the hoop. That's it. Now, has he ever done an up and under move? Kevin McHale is the master of that. All he needs to do is work with Kevin McHale or anybody who's seen Kevin McHale, watch his tapes, learn those moves. The best up and under player in the game. When I played, I would use an up and under sometimes, but I mostly was a shooter. So my thing was just catch and shoot. That's it. I didn't have to use that because I was one. Who wants a 5'10" guy? Because I was like 5'10", 5'11" at that time. But who wants that guy down in the post? But if I was down there like on a rebound, I was real good at getting rebounds. Like I was Peyton Jr. Well, I knew how to find my way to the ball. No matter where the ball was, I knew how to find myself to it. It's kind of like what Robin said. You could see when somebody shoot the ball, kind of where it's going to come off the rim. Not in today's NBA though. Not with this magnet ball thing they got. You don't know how that thing's coming off the rim. Mm-hmm. Well, if you do an up and under counter move, all that stuff, like you could make some hook shots, everything else. Because see, look, your defender, whoever guarding you, will anticipate a jump hook. So you'll be ready to throw that up and under move. That guy will jump out of the gym to try to block the shot. And then you could do this to up and under. They don't see what's coming. Instead of going for the jump hook, you fake the shot, step through, and finish with normally a wide open layup. Defenders floats in the air and go by you. Remember when Kobe hit LeBron with that up and under? See, these are low block moves. You got to be like in the low block, low area down there with them bigs. Anthony Edwards has to learn how to adjust his game to do these moves inside the block. You do those moves inside the block, it changes the game for you dramatically. That's what's wrong with today's game. These players don't seem to get it. So you can make all the commercials you want. Make a commercial of you working on your mid-range game. Because, that does nothing. Does nothing to me. Just lets me know you hear me. And that's good. You should hear me. Because what I'm saying is right. Because if you don't learn, buddy, guess what? These players that you playing against already know this stuff. Luka already know. Luka's already been doing that because it's not really your fault. You are an example. You are an example of a failed system. The AAU basketball system is failed. It is a failed system. Kobe Bryant has pointed it out. It's terrible now. Because now it's just people who have natural gifted ability. Those kids are going to stand out while everybody else, they don't ever get to develop their talent. Anytime they challenge, they just switch and go to another team. Well, coach going to let them get away with doing everything because the game come naturally to them because they got natural abilities. They can just do whatever they want. So it's no real repercussions for nothing. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to practice. They don't want to do all these things. And they just get to travel with the AAU team, just show up to play the game. So they don't even work on their game. They don't even practice. They're above it all. And it's all this entitlement. All this craziness. So if you really want to be great, Anthony Edwards, the words that's coming out of my mouth is what you need to be listening to. You need to right now start working on your low post game, your short game, all of it. That's what you need to do. Because that's what you're missing. I saw it from day one. I said, oh, this guy don't have this game. He's not what everybody's talking about. And I bet on you, and I lost that money. And I said, oh, my goodness. He's just raw talent. I get it now. I see what everybody was talking about. See, when you see that, you naturally make a reaction. And when you start to see a natural reaction to all of this crap that's going on, then you start to figure it all out. And you see the game is all about people with personalities and style. They like Anthony Edwards. The league like him. It's just right now they have an agenda. And the agenda right now is this team here. Anthony Edwards will be all right once he's learned the game of how to sell the game. Something Kevin Durant does not want to do. He just wants to play ball, and that's it. He don't want this dog and pony show. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be a part of that either. Why would you want to be a part of something that's demeaning like that? Like I would, if I'm the best, I want to be the best. This is what's wrong with Devin Booker's. All of these guys come from this entitlement of just face forward basketball. They play facing the basket. They can't play with their back to the basket. That's why they don't know how to handle double teams. They don't know how to handle triple teams or somebody running them off the ball and running them in spots. They rush to get to a spot, and now they stuck and got a pass out of it. And they make turnovers in these situations because they're not poised. Because they haven't been properly taught. That's why Kyrie Irving is an anomaly. They look at him because he comes from a product of someone teaching him the basics, the skill set. That's why he has a post. He has a low post game. He has a step through, and he's a point guard. Because back in the days, everybody had to know that stuff. You just couldn't walk on a basketball court. That's why I'm like, how could I put these young dudes over all the players from the past? They were like, man, they would have been dunking all over them old, slow guys. Old, slow guys? Do you know the world records, the fastest people alive was back then? They used to fight 30 rounds. There was no limit on rounds. They be having 30-round fights back then. They were more durable then than they are now. Now people, I need rest. These dudes playing 82 games because that's how many games they played. They weren't taking days off, games off. They were playing back-to-backs, 4 days and 5 nights. Playoff games were back-to-back. You played Saturday and Sunday. That used to be the playoffs. It wasn't no day in between unless you was going back to out of town to the other team. When you had 2 games at home, you played on back-to-back days. And this is the playoffs. Then they changed it to a new format that the players would now have days in between. There'll be no more back-to-back games in the playoffs. I know because I used to watch the games. So I already know. Like I said, I'm older than y'all.
Because I'm not who they think I am. I'm better.
I'm not who they think I am. I'm better. You see that? I'm not who they think I am. I'm better. No, you're not better. That's why you're making the commercial, addressing the haters, because you're not better. You got the potential and the opportunity to be better, but you're not better. Mm-mm. Not really. I never really cared about any of that stuff, to be honest. That was never a concern. Four to two, probably. He don't know me, but he definitely mentioning what I'm saying in his commercial. But he don't know me. But he definitely got what I said. He heard me. I tagged him. He know what was what. He saw what I said about him on IG. See, the rest of y'all was asleep. I told him, and then Camron already responded. And he gonna really get in on it on Monday. Cam already said, thanks Adidas for the love. And I had Ant-Man back the whole time, but I'll address this on Monday's show. Love the attitude, though. Only thing I would say is getting a better look, get a better looking lesbian to read the receipts. Cam finna go in. Now, everybody know me, and they know what I said. I'll let it be known. Man, everybody in this chat is delusional right now. Talking this Minnesota crap. Look, Minnesota, congratulations. Y'all made it to a Western Conference Finals. Salute yourself. Pat on the back for y'all. This is where you go down, okay? Y'all be at Camp Man and all the rest of this cat and all that crap. Camp Man finna choke up. PJ gonna lock him down. Y'all be out in 6. Congratulations. Take a lap. Hit the showers. Okay? Just letting y'all know early. Luka to the finals. That's what it is. Now, take that for damn. Now, don't tell me about this media hype job, Camp Man. No more. Don't mention Michael Jordan. Don't mention none of it. There you go. That's the real Camp Man. All that talking, all that mouth, right? What I tell you? What did I tell you about Camp Man? All he is pull up jump shots and drives. No short game whatsoever. You got Luka Doncic out here pulling a Kurt Schilling, bleeding from both his knees, and you can't get by him because you got no moves but drive and pull up 3. I don't want to hear nothing about no Camp Man no more. Oh, this he the next Michael Jordan. I don't want to hear nothing about Camp Man no more. I done told you. No more. It's done. You'll be out in 6. Bye-bye. Ooh. I don't know how long Luka got, man. In this series, man, and then the next round, Luka's knee is taking a pounding. I don't know how long he can continuously go. They trying to keep him in the game, in the series. He's probably going to need surgery at the end of the season. Look, I told y'all about Camp Man. So Camp Man was tagged in all of this. So we was on his head from 21 Jump Street. Camp Man was trending. Everybody calling him Camp Man. So, as you can see, we kept it 100. And we tagged him in all of it so he could see it. So then here come the commercial saying he hear all the hate. It ain't hate. It's truth. Right. You got to learn to use your pivot foot. Go in that low post. Get on that low post. Go on that left side. Get on that left block and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my left foot as my pivot foot. Step through with the right and finish with a wide open layup at the rim. See you do a step through. Or you can use a drop step. Drop step, it's a deadly weapon for those who know how to use it. You know, I think he probably have used that in transition, but I see that commonly. People use drop steps a lot. It's not a complicated move. It's just that you got to like quickly read the position of the defender and execute a drop step at the right exact time. If a player doesn't time it correctly, he'll probably run right into the defender and get a charge or something, or get their shot pinned at the backboard and all that stuff. But if that to work, you got to get the defender, whoever guarding you, got to commit. You know, you got to extend your foot backwards as you take the dribble. Then use your body to shield the basketball. If executed correctly, the only way the defender can recover and block this shot will be to go over your back, which was normally an over-the-back foul, if you do this correctly. Mostly left block. You know, a lot of people do right block. If you're left-handed, yeah, use the right block. But mostly it's the left block. Get a low stance, wide stance, but stay low. You could turn, like, you can get in the middle of the floor, take 1-2 dribbles to close the space between you and the defender. As you take that final dribble, extend your right leg back to the baseline, right? The refs hated MJ. The refs ain't no MJ. No. What you need, the refs was setting him up on dates. What you Hugh Evans was out there setting him up on dates. And the chick ended up getting pregnant. And now the player's on the Golden State Warriors. And it ended up not being Michael Jordan's son, but now he's in the NBA and he's playing for the Golden State Warriors. He was Dale Davis' son. Who knew? Now, anyway, like as you take your final dribbles and doing all the stuff you're doing, right? Put your leg back. You dribbled into the defender. You put your right leg back towards the baseline, right? Then you get the defender to basically say, all right, this is what he's finna do. Your right foot's the pivot. You've established that. Use your left leg and body to turn towards the basket to get by your defender. Protect the basketball with your body. Finish at the rim. Now, I've seen him do a fadeaway once, and it looked very accidental. But that's a chosen move, like Jordan, Kobe. A lot of people had the fadeaway jump shots. MJ made it real prominent for him. The thing about the fadeaway is just so smooth, it's hard to block, especially with your back to the basket. Most people face the basket like Anthony Edwards, which is stupid. And you got to learn to do it with your back to the basket. That's when you become efficient. because it's harder for them to block it. If you facing them, they could strip it, swipe it down, swipe your hands. It's hard to block the fadeaway when you got good elevation, good lean, and everything on it. Well, you got to get the separation between you and the defender. And mostly is using the leverage of backing them down. They know it's coming, but if you get enough separation or you got enough space and a step back, you could fade and shoot it over the defender. Now, if you have a taller guy on you, you have to get a lot of elevation on your fadeaway. You have to jump up high enough so that when you shoot it, it's going to go over the extension of the player. MJ shoots it perfectly. What he does is he gets enough elevation and makes the adjustment to shoot a rainbow. He shoots it up like a high arcing shot, and then it lets it drop. You have to have strength to hit a fadeaway. It takes a lot of strength to hit a shot like that. So you have to be strong because you got to fade away. And now your strength is going backwards. So you got to have a lot of strength in your arms to basically get the leverage to pull the shot off. So that takes a lot of arm strength to pull that off. It's a difficult shot that could be made easy if you perfect it. And that's why Jordan always was relaxed. He can just go to the fadeaway whenever he want, or he could just body you, boom. He was physically strong. So when you are physically strong and you put that work and grind on your body to become physically strong, you could do these type of things. Kobe became that. And he saw that just from watching Michael Jordan. He's like, I'm watching Jordan play, and I'm watching the guys they're playing, and I'm like, those guys aren't in shape. Michael and them is in shape. They're pulverizing these guys because they're not in shape. Michael and them, they in shape. And I got to get like that. And that's how he was doing. Right. Nobody uses a spin move no more. I don't know what that happened at. What happened to the spin moves? That used to be great. Anthony Edwards can insert that in his game also. Where's your spin move, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where's your game? Step your game up, son. That's all we saying. Step your game up. Stop with the commercials. Come step your game up. That's what I want to see. That's what everybody around us want to see. We want to see you step your game up to the highest level. Right. He should be throwing left hands off the glass, everything. Like all of this should be done. There shouldn't be a stone unturned with his game. Well, one day people will understand. But for me, like I said, you got to show me, Bama. I'm hearing the talking. Well, like Brady said, these guys, young dudes, they caring about their brand. It's about me. It's about my shoes. When did you film this commercial? Because I'm hearing you filmed this commercial when y'all was down 3-0. Y'all wasn't even eliminated yet, and you filming a commercial. Now, if you just filmed that commercial today, because you just got eliminated yesterday. They just got eliminated yesterday, and here come this commercial. So if you already making a commercial saying like, all right, I'm going to be back next year, like, y'all still playing? That's crazy. But it explains what's wrong with today's culture. Like when he was talking in the interview, yeah, everybody was thinking, like, we'll be first rounded out. I didn't really train like I should have trained. Now I'm gonna be training for everything. Now I know what to train for. I'm like, who going to the season saying, like, oh man, I just hope we get to the playoffs and be the first rounded out. I'm like, damn, that could never be my mentality. But I told y'all, guys in this game, it's a lot of them, they don't think about championship. Their concern is not winning a championship. Their concern is different. Their concern is money. They kid can't eat no championships. That's how they be looking like, oh, look, my kid can't eat no championship belts. No championship rings. I need the money. This is as long as I play the game, I get my check. Look, I don't care, man. We ain't got no shot to win no title anyway. That's how a lot of people feel on some of these teams. You got a lot of teammates like that, and that's why they had to get rid of some of those teammates, because it's what they call a losing culture. And if you want to have a winning basketball team or a winning game, you got to like get that mentality out your mind. You can't have people like that around you if you're trying to win, because you have some players on your team that'll slow you down because they mind state ain't thinking about championship. They thinking where they going to for vacation with their wives. I don't want to bust some players out, but that actually happened. Team trying to go to a championship and actually play for a championship, and he ain't thinking like that. His whole thinking is, look, man, y'all trying to push us to do this championship, man. I'm going on vacation for the summer. I ain't finna lock in. And they didn't win a championship that year, but it was like they had an opportunity to. Like they were looking real good that year. And, if some players was probably in shape, they probably could have made something that year. But a lot of players didn't dream that they would have an opportunity to be going to to go that far in the playoffs and actually have an opportunity. So they didn't commit. Well, when people make up their minds on what it is that they should do and what it is that they shouldn't be doing when it comes to the game, then you'll start seeing things progress a little differently. A lot of these guys are, they like monkey see, monkey do. Everybody want to do the same thing everybody else does. So-and-so did this. I want to do that. Now, these guys got strength and conditioning coaches. They got everything. to excel you to the next level. Mm-hmm. And they're in the worst shape ever. A lot of these players. They don't take it seriously. They start getting ready for basketball when it's time. Like they don't live, sweat, breathe basketball. They don't. A lot of these players do this. They worry about their brand, their social media page, how many hits, this ain't working right. Dog, I'm gonna tell you right now what the team was. The Washington Wizards, man. That's the team I'm talking about. I'm not gonna tell you the players. The Washington Wizards had an opportunity to go somewhere. Not this year. I ain't gonna tell you which year it was, but the team was the Washington Wizards. And it's not Gilbert Arenas. So let's not even think that. I'm gonna take that away. It's not Gilbert Arenas. It ain't Kwame Brown. It's way after that. Okay? And they had an opportunity to do something really big. And guys just like, man, if I really believed, I would have got in shape. If I'd have got in shape, we really could have did something. So it just goes to show you when people mindset ain't set, everybody mindset ain't thinking championship. And you got some people on there thinking championship. And, you see what it is. You see those who are committed to winning and those who aren't. I've seen those, the people that are committed and those who just say it is what it is. They're just going through the motions. So like if you go to certain teams, the caliber and the goal is championship. And that's just it. There's no wiggle room. There is no we doing it like this. And no, it's championship or bust. For the Clippers right now, every year it's about the championship. It's not about let's get to the playoffs. It's about championship. How we get into a championship. Right. So it's about the DNA of what you're bringing to the table. If you're thinking, like if you got somebody where the culture is not, we trying to win a championship, or let's just focus on having a good season and blend together, you got to have everybody locked in. Everybody got to know this is the goal. When there was a lockout season, Reggie Miller got everybody on the Indiana Pacers. He said, look, we got a chance to win the championship this year. It's going to be a short season. Everybody going to be out of shape. They partying. They messing around right now. This is a chance for us to get the jump on everybody. Let's go lock in. Everybody, we're going to meet at the gym. We just going to start playing. And they played on their own. And that was smarter, Reggie, to say, hey, we got to get the jump on these guys right now. We messing around. This is going to be too late. Like, let's go. We need to get this going right now. What we messing around for? So I got it. I understood it. and it helped them. It was a difficult time for a lot of players who were making adjustments this year, because a lot of people often say they don't have a chance to implement what they worked on into the game because of what the coaches are calling, and it's different sets that's being pulled out there. So they don't have a chance to really work on the things that they want to, commit to. You see that a lot sometimes, but more times than usual, you start seeing things that don't add up. I gave him constructive criticism. I can't believe Juan was up this late. Like, I do not hate Anthony Edwards. I don't. I don't hate him at all. Everybody think like you dislike him like LeBron. No, he's on his way to being like LeBron with the attitude and not working on his game and just, being limited. Working on your game don't mean just getting some shots up. You got to evolve. Now you're way better shooter than him, but you can excel further. You're a product of a failed system. And that's the biggest problem, is that he's a product of this new era of basketball where there's like nothing but entitlement and BS. Well, if you decide to go in an era, Jordan gets the bad boy experience times two. Yeah, Anthony Edwards spoke about that because he wasn't. He thought he was working hard. See, that's what I'm saying. He came from a failed system. What his thing and belief of working hard does not equate to any of the things that everybody else who work hard is actually doing. It does not equate. He think what he was doing was working hard. You would not be fatiguing at 22 years of age on a basketball court. That's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. Can you imagine somebody sitting there losing it like that? I would be a fool to sit there and say, man, I'm going to lose all of this because I don't understand anything that's going on around me. I would look like the biggest idiot in the world. Yeah, but everybody trains hard. But what are you training with? And what is you focusing on? Anybody could train hard, but what are you training hard on? Are you training hard on things that's going to benefit you? Getting on a bike, getting your cardio up, that's one part. But what about your game? See, everybody keep thinking about the physicality of the game. It's your skill set. What skill set are you bringing to the table that's going to make the difference? That's what I want to know. When is that change coming? That man was clearly talking about me. I tagged him in it. Didn't you hear him say the words that I was saying when he was reading the text? This is as far as they go. I said it dead straight on the live stream. This is as far as y'all go. Can't, man, this is it. See, y'all don't know. Cino's been all over Twitter and everything else. These people have carried my words everywhere and been sending it and tagging Ant-Man and everything I have said. Right now, LeBron James been getting all the smoke. Because every time he open his mouth and say something stupid, I'm on his head. I never played pro ball. You see, somebody love to tell me things I already know. Like, you've never played pro ball. No kidding. What else I didn't do? I didn't play in the NBA. So what else we didn't do? Yeah, you see? You see how crazy it gets? When people just start acting dumb. So I can't tell them anything that makes any type of sense because I didn't play in the NBA, right? Okay. That's what time we on? Now I just told you what all the things he need to be working on. That's not called hate. When you tell somebody the things that they need to be working on, that ain't called hate. He needs to figure out a way to turn hate to great. Because y'all keep putting him on there like he's better than Jamal Murray. He's not better than Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is a way better basketball player. a very much more complete basketball player. Everybody going into this, oh, there's nothing he don't like. I'm like, what? He's got the whole package. That blew my mind. When they told me he had the whole package, that did it. It was like I can't take no more. So all I can stand till I can't stand no more. He's got the whole package. I'm looking at him play, and I'm like, I could tell he don't have the whole package. And see, that's our problem. We crown mediocrity. When do we start settling for mediocrity? I never forget, and this is the truest statement ever. When a martial arts master was sitting there and he studied and he taught tiger style. And they was watching some fighters fight. And the guy was like, hey man, what style are you? And the guy, and the master looked at him and was like, what style is you? And he's like, oh, I'm just watching these good fighters. They some good fighters. What your style is? He was like, I'm Tiger. And the master was like, what's your style? And the guy's like, Tiger. He's like, if you Tiger, then why would you think they were good? And then he walked off. And the guy sat there looking stupid because he knew that's the truest statement ever. If my style is way better than these, this is what I'm watching right here. What the hell would you say they good for? What the hell would I sit there and be saying they good? I have seen perfection. This ain't it. I've seen greatness. This ain't it. Oh, I've seen it a lot. I've seen a lot of people make situations, just go like really blow things out of proportion. But we'll see like where he really ranks when it's said and done. When it's all said and done, we're going to see where it measures up. We'll see. People got to understand that at the end of the day, yes, he's 22 years old. But if y'all quit acting like 22, it's like 12, and he's a baby and he got a bottle in his hand. Look, he's been in the NBA now for about 3-4 years. He's going on year 4 coming up. All right. And nobody wishes him failure. We're not wishing him to fail. But your attitude, your brashness, your ego, that's going to stand out. And until you've done something, you shut up. That's why they say you're supposed to be seen, not heard. People never understand until it happens to them. You ever get that? This league is not for long. And sometimes you say things, you talk it into existence. Like, how many times did we see, like, Penny Hardaway say, you know, his fear was having, you know, a career-ending injury and all this, and, you know, he couldn't play anymore. He couldn't physically do what he could do. That was like one of his biggest fears, and that ended up happening to him. You know, and that's all I was saying. Is like he's not at Penny Hardaway. Like, people really don't know how good Penny was. Penny was a skinny guy that people thought they could deal with and do all these different things with. He was embarrassing Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen when they were winning 70-something games in a season. They won like 60-something right behind him. So, and I'm like, he was dominating. He made the whole world question, is Michael Jordan still Michael Jordan anymore? Penny Hardaway was the guy. And Michael Jordan wasn't it. When they beat the Bulls without Shaq, and this is the team that won the most games that season. People love to say it's the system. They had a system. Michael Jordan will tell you the 96 team ain't the best team. The best team they had was in 92 because Mike was young. He could jump out of the building. And that team there was mostly the guys, like the Union. When they had Dennis and all that, that was an experienced veteran team of a lot of different players. And yeah, it felt better, but as a team, they really wasn't the best team. But they won the most games, just off experience. But the league was clearly not the same at that time. And you were seeing the product of it in everybody else. It was like a misfit of other players all thrown together on teams as everybody was starting to transition. If Anthony Edwards become that guy, I'm not going to be mad at him. I will be glad I played a part in helping him become great. I'll be like, I played a part in this, so I'm happy. He will leave his mark on the game when it's said and done. Okay. Well, when it's said and done, we'll know. But as of right now, he's just a guy that's going to have a lot of points and stats. I don't see championships with Anthony Edwards at this point. I don't see him. I don't see the maturity level. I don't see any of it. I mean, he's 22, but I'm just saying for what y'all said he was already, he's not that. I see raw talent. He has the potential to be something if he takes the right approach and steps to improve and focus on his game. And as I told you, I don't yet see that. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen one day. But as of like right now, I think Ja Morant's a better player than him. Right now, if you had to pick Anthony Edwards or Ja Morant, who's the better player? You think Anthony Edwards is better than Ja Morant? I don't think so. See, y'all just forgot about Ja. It's cool. Y'all forgot about Ja Morant because of everything that happened within the last year and a half. He got injured. He's out for the season. He missed half the season off of an incident. So he came in pretty much out of basketball shape, and then an injury is going to happen. You know, that's how injuries normally happen. So he just fell out of the good graces of the league. But Ja Morant is still Ja Morant. Don't know what y'all be talking about. But Ja Morant is Ja Morant. And Anthony Edwards ain't that. You could respectfully disagree. You could say Ant's a better shooter. But I can tell you right now, and Ja Morant got a way more of a bag. Ja Morant ain't gonna get shut down like that in the playoffs. He gonna show up every game. When they lost to the Lakers, Ja Morant showed up. It's hard to when you have people that don't understand what it is that you do. Like, we're all prisoners of the moment. Ja Wig. Ja Morant. Ja Morant is better than Anthony Edwards. And that's the problem. You just look at Anthony Edwards' size and everything else. If Ja Morant was Anthony Edwards' size, he's doing what Anthony Edwards is doing, and he's not his size. Shooting for three, you guys think they're the same, right? No. Do you realize Ja Morant shoots about a higher percentage of a three than Anthony Edwards? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Where is Anthony Edwards better than him at? Do you know he's like rebounding more than Anthony Edwards? Ja goes up and gets the boards. Ja's injury prone, true. True, he suffered a lot of injuries. That's going to happen with the style and how he plays his game. He's going to have to adjust, or he's going to end up like AI. AI had so many breaks and injuries, and he played through them. Yeah, many people could feel that way. No. If Anthony Edwards meant anything, anything, I'm trying to tell you, they don't value him or hold him in those regards. Like, he got a chance to turn this around for him in the USA Olympics. LeBron's gonna ride the coattail of these young kids and let them go ahead and do what they do. Bron gonna ride the wave and say, okay, y'all get me a ring. Well, Ja Morant is a scorer. He's not a shooter. He's a scorer of the basketball. He can score, but don't act like he can't shoot threes. Come on, man. Stop. Y'all embarrassing yourselves. Y'all caught into this prisoner of the moment thing. And this is what's damning a lot of you. To think that Anthony Edwards is better than Ja Morant? No. He just has the size and athleticism. But to say, oh, he can, like if they play one-on-one on the park, you know, it'll be a back and forth matchup, but he got the height and everything else. It's like Isaiah versus Jordan. Jordan can't do nothing with Isaiah. Defensively, Isaiah would tear him apart. I'm like, people forget we dominated them. Every time we dominate them. Not my style. He said, please stop acting like that. Lies, Joe guarding Jordan. Everybody took chances guarding Jordan. I'm trying to explain something to you. You taking it out of context. I'm saying if Jordan and Isaiah had to guard each other, which they had at certain points, it's not going to fare well for Michael, and it wouldn't fare well for Isaiah. Isaiah would need help guarding Mike because Mike is 6'6". Isaiah is 6 feet tall. So when you have that scenario at play, you know what it is. Where Isaiah Thomas is a problem for any human being who don't know. And he was one of the smartest players to ever play in the NBA. So people have to remember that when they're talking about him and his name and all of this stuff. They need to put respect on it. I don't do stats. I do facts. Facts is the Pistons always was whooping on the Bulls. We always was beating them. See, I know those facts because I used to watch those games. We had a system for beating them. They just weren't good. Isaiah Thomas is the greatest player to ever play this game. And it's unfortunate that you guys didn't get a chance to see that. Now, Like everybody called MJ the GOAT, but the guy that was dominating him was Isaiah Thomas. And it was like, wow, Isaiah would always beat Michael Jordan. And he's the guy that's stopping him. He's the one that's putting the team away. This team is beating him what no one else can beat him. No one else can stop Michael Jordan but the Pistons. Now, Michael Jordan is somebody who's definitely on the level. He caught Jordan early. Okay, then Jordan caught him late. So what is that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Keywan Jackson said, I'm not speaking the whole truth. What's the whole truth, Keith? What am I missing? What am I missing, Keywan? What about Shirley Strawberry? Talking about Steve Harvey's Shirley Strawberry? Well, what about her? I'm still waiting from Keywan. What are we missing? Nobody's telling me anything. Her husband's facing charges. We already know that. He was already in jail. I mean, really. That's just how it was back then, you know. But if they make the changes, the arrangements, and all that, they'll get stuff back on point. Now, I'm trying to figure out who don't agree with me about what I said about Anthony Edwards. Mm-hmm. It's weird. I didn't get nothing from Kiwan no more. If Zeke ain't top 25, of course he's top 25. Look, the NBA knew Isaiah was the best player they had ever seen. At his time coming in the league, before Jordan, Isaiah was clearly, they didn't even want to tell you he was better than Magic. He was everything Magic could do, Isaiah could do. Except for he wasn't 6'9". And the one thing that he could do that Magic couldn't do, Isaiah could shoot the basketball. That's where you're wrong. Isaiah would have gave Steph Curry the business. Isaiah won MVP, leading his team in points and assists. No. Isaiah's from the west side of Chicago. Of course he's tough. You gonna be tough. You got no choice but to be tough. No. I'm not worried or concerned about that. Do you realize Anthony Edwards is just a part of the problem? Y'all keep comparing him to Michael Jordan. Did Steph lead his teams in points and assists by winning the MVP of the finals? No. Isaiah was the first little man to ever lead a team to an NBA championship. It had never been done before. Hometown bias for Isaiah. How? Michael Jordan? They cared more about Michael Jordan than they did Isaiah in Chicago. But the thing is, Isaiah was beloved in this city. Then they turned on him for no reason. But I get it, you know. Mm-hmm. Isaiah changed the game to the game you're watching today. If it wasn't for Isaiah, none of you will be watching the game the way it is today. He continues to be. That's why they all of these young players that they talk about in the game, he mentored these guys. The Jaylen Browns. Isaiah showed him how to handle contracts, what to do. helped them come along. That's why Michael Jordan is, as much as y'all stick ride what he did, yeah, he was a good player and blah, blah, blah. But he was never this, you know? He was never what these guys are. Michael just wasn't that, you know? So Michael and Isaiah, like Isaiah said, Michael Jordan's brother and his nephew used to live with Michael Jordan when he first came to the Bulls. His nephew used to live with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan's brother used to hang out with Isaiah's sister. Like, they didn't date, but they were like real cool. They were friends. John already know it. If you look at how many times Isaiah has done something correctly, well, you have to understand something. You have to understand that there's always a pattern in this world. And Anthony Davis is just one player that reminds me a lot of Anthony Edwards. Both of them named Anthony. They both like to play facing the basket. And they come up in this AAU system. And the AAU system has failed these guys. The basketball gods and the heavens and all of that stuff, they've betrayed these guys. They're not on a pedestal where everyone would see them in a light that makes any sense. They're not they're not being trained by basketball minds and people who actually know the game. They're being trained by a bunch of people who are basically in other words, average. Or just fans. God loves basketball and he's a fan of it. His son's playing and he's going to create a team. And next thing you know, he's a coach. He pays his fee. He's a coach. And here we go. Now I'm a coach. It's like, really? You're a coach? Mm-hmm. Well, other people have to figure out what that is. But the AAU system is done. As I told you, that system is done. You're not gonna get the type of backing that you think you're gonna get when it comes to this, and that's real talk. They only take the exceptionally great players, those who have that physical and athletic ability. They're real good with the basketball. Those guys are the ones that's gonna portray, just go to the next level. That's them. Everybody else is gonna fail in comparison. So oh no. Nick Van Exel. That's what I'm saying. These guys all had skills. So if you knew these guys had skills, it wouldn't even bother you because you automatically know what time it is with them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, he called me out. That's funny. His video's funny, but my thing is, it's like calling me out and Camron out. We probably telling you what's best for your game. Because believe me, it's going to hurt you, not me. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. Penny never peaked like that. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's so quick now. Everybody done turned on John Morant. So quick. See how quick they did that? Everybody just dump on John Morant now. It's like that's how quick you are out of this game. Nobody's focusing on you no more. Nobody's talking about you. You don't matter anymore. Well, that's what happens when you no longer matter in this game. They're not focused on you anymore. They're focused on the moment. They focused on everybody else doing what they're supposed to do. They're not thinking about you. Anthony Edwards getting all the talk right now. Because he's supposed to be the face. It's his time now. It's his league. He Anthony Edwards. He the man. But what happens when he's not the man no more? What happens when it's someone else's turn? Then what happens? That's what I want to see. Mm-hmm. Well, John Morant lost the people, and he really didn't lose the people. The NBA turned against him based off that, but it was all about John Morant. But Anthony Edwards then talked his way into this, and now he's taking the spot which was supposed to be for John Morant. Now it's him. He's the new face. This always happens. Camron, wait till Monday. Camron is going to serve dude up. He going to be serving up dude who was there. I mean, what more could he do? It's hard enough as it is. When you see people doing things that you feel is not on the up and up. That's hard enough as it is. To just deal with that factor. Right, let alone any of all of this. I'm cool. Like Anthony Edwards, I told y'all, could be the greatest player that ever lived. If he becomes that, I have no problem with it. Now, if they trying to make him that, I have a problem with it. If he ain't improving his game and he's still this same type of player he is, you can't be this player that you just was this year. That ain't gonna cut it. Not with me, probably the rest of the guys, but not with me. That ain't gonna cut it. Now you got an opportunity to make something happen. Because I am Adidas, buddy. Y'all just got here. I held Adidas down. I had everything Adidas. Adidas underwear, socks, cologne. I was Adidas for years, buddy. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I only gave up Adidas. I wore Adidas every day. Brandon fits. So they were me. Now, here's the thing. People have to find what it is that they can do that no one else in the free world could do but them. Once they find that out, then they can start making history. But until then, they just stuck in place. Would I buy LeBron's if his shoes was Adidas instead of Nike? No, because I didn't buy LeBron's when they first came out because they were ugly shoes. They were shoes that didn't sell like some Air Maxes, and they just turned them into LeBron's. I think the ones was okay, but yeah, his shoes sucked for a while. Now they just trash, period. Don't nobody even want them. You know, it's just what it is. Like nobody even want them. Well, people figure it out one day. Well, happy birthday, Night Night. And that is a good way to say it is time to say Night Night. I didn't expect this to be a 2-hour live stream, but we did it. So that's the case. And didn't plan on getting here, but we got here. I want to say shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, Welcome to HD, IITV, Dreamers Pro, Jack Sports, and Jose Rodriguez, Mondo Black TV. Join my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. And I'm out. Have a good night.